Hey, Samir.
Hey, Karen.
I just landed an internship at Goldman Sachs. How can I make sure I get converted into a full-time job?
Sure. Congratulations on landing a job at Goldman Sachs, which is never easy. Rather than take my advice, which a lot of people are already very bored of listening to me on social media all the time, why don't you listen to this senior Goldman Sachs banker who gives you advice, 6 things you need to do to make sure that you succeed as an analyst in investment banking.
How to succeed as a young analyst or young associate in an investment bank. 6 pieces of advice. First piece of advice, find a role model. Your criteria for selecting the role model is singular, purely merit-based. You want to find the person who's an analyst, if that's what you are, or an associate, if that's what you are, who's 1 or 2 years ahead of you and is the best at the job. You don't have to have a lot in common with them. You don't even have to like them. And then you want to model your behavior at work after that person. Watch that person, study that person, learn as much as you can by watching them, and then model your behavior after them. Second piece of advice, make it clear that you have no ego. Make it clear to the team that you're willing to do whatever is necessary for the team to succeed. In your career as an analyst, let's say, in the first month, or as an associate, volunteer for the menial tasks. Go get coffee, make copies. Number 3, take notes. When you're in a meeting with a client, a prospective client, a superior, take notes. You want to do that because it conveys to the people in the room that you're serious. It also conveys to the people who are talking that what they're saying is important, you're writing it down. And thirdly, and most importantly, it gives them a sense of comfort that you're not going to forget what happened in the meeting. With your superior afterwards, recap the meeting and your follow-up items with your boss. It will put your boss's mind at ease. Even if you know them all, even if you're not going to forget them all, it will make your boss feel like, okay, it's okay. He's got this, she's got this. Number 4, work hard. Make no mistake, the most successful analysts and associates in investment banking are the hardest workers, period, full stop. What matters is how hard are you willing to work? Be prepared for that. It's hard. Number 5, related to number 4, first impressions die hard. Good first impressions die hard, and bad first impressions die hard. So be very responsive, especially early on. There's nothing more frustrating for a senior investment banker than to send an email or text to an analyst or an associate and have that email or text go unanswered for an extended period of time. Don't let that happen. People like to extrapolate. If the first 5 interactions they have with you, you're super responsive, you never drop a ball, they're going to extrapolate from there and assume that behavior is going to continue. If the first 5 interactions with you, you're unresponsive and you forget a bunch of things, they're going to extrapolate in a negative direction, and it's incredibly hard to recover from that. First impressions die hard. Make good ones. Number 6, piece of advice. As a young associate or young analyst, never stop learning. So in year 2, day 3, you should be reading the Wall Street Journal every day. In year 3, day 4, you should be reading the Wall Street Journal every day. You may read more articles, you may read different articles, but read it every day. Ask questions of your peers, ask questions of your superiors. Approach the 2nd and 3rd year the same way you approached the interview. The most successful analysts and associates do that. They never stop. They never rest on their laurels.